Hi everybody, hope you're having a nice Thursday so far. My name's Emily. If you've not been on my stream before, this is my second channel that I started recently. On my main channel, which you can find linked in the About panels, I do music streams. I'm a clarinetist primarily, so I do mostly clarinet practice. I'm hoping to grow into other things like playing with backing tracks, to do a little bit of like performing / song request type stuff in the future, and also would love to get into looping someday. Let's get started. I don't know where I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna pick a spot. I do try to make sure you scan all the planets. I will just stay in the system because all we did was go to Therum, so there's still plenty left to do.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication. If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Not gonna go back to the Citadel just yet. And again, I don't read any of like the codices or the planet descriptions or like the found objects. I don't read out of any of that out loud on stream unless there's one that I find particularly interesting or I feel like maybe I want to read for you also, that those of you who are new to the game series can file it away for later, or maybe those of you who've played before, it might be something you haven't noticed that's interesting or that I noticed on a later playthrough that I found interesting. So I'm going to leave them up for a moment. I just realized my camera is covering them, so like that's not super helpful. If you haven't been here from my previous streams, I had the camera box on the left side of the screen, which was messing with my eye line because of the way I've got my monitor set up. And then for last stream, I decided to move it just to the other side instead of changing like my monitor orientation. But I think I might have to go back and do that so that I can have the camera on the left and it matched my eye line. I don't like flipping the camera, like flipping the video output. I feel like it looks strange. Yeah, because then it would move my background backwards. So anyway, learn a little something new every stream, or find another thing to fix on every stream. But anyway, with the title cards, codices, the stuff that comes up on screen, I'm just going to leave it up. If there's anybody who's audio only, if you specifically want me to read something, then please ask in the chat. Also, this is not my first playthrough. I don't think there's anything at this point anybody could say to spoil me on this series. But because there may be some people watching who've never played before, let's not say anything that is a spoiler. If you want to reference something like later in the game or in the series, please use like a bit of veiled language, or like maybe I and anybody else who's played it before will know what you're talking about, but the newbies won't know what you're talking about and therefore won't be spoiled. I always forget the asteroid belt sometimes. I need to scan them. I guess there's nowhere to land in this one, or at least not yet. You'd think the number of times I'd played this that I would remember everything, but my memory's not that good. And there's a lot. Then maybe there's a planet that's landed on later, I can't remember. I know some of these systems don't have one you can land on / explore. Hi Barry, I'm doing well today. How are you? Where'd it go? There it is. I think that's everything. Did I get all of them? No, this is the one I want to land on. Yes, almost forgot. There's one to land on. Yeah, I didn't even keep the little card up long enough for anybody to read at that time. I don't know if this is a bad thing or not. I feel like I've seen two camps of people who play games like this. The ones who want to read everything. And then people like me who are like, nope, skip. And what I find I like to do is if I've missed something, or if there's like one of the codices or something I want to read or find something out, I'll either go back and read it later, like when I'm done kind of playing, or I look it up online later. I don't like to stop and read when I'm in the game. It's different if it's like quest related, you know, if things pop up, like then I'll read that. But like all the background information, especially when you play this game as many times as I have, I feel like each time I play, I'll stop and read something different, so I'll have more to like file away. But I've also like looked things up in between times and learn stuff about it that way. But if you're someone who likes to read like the codices, the codex entries, or like every little bit of everything that pops up in the game, that's totally cool. It's just I kind of just like to get to it, you know. Oh, you're still working on downloading everything to your tablet. Oh, you're doing your study books. That's going to take a while. Yeah, are you going to do the Class A? Are you going to get... Well, like, the Class A might be public domain. You might be able to just download it as a PDF. If you don't mind me asking, like, are you paying for PDF copies of everything you already know? Are you paying for PDF copies of everything you already own? Or are you scanning, like, making your own PDFs of things? Or are you, like, obtaining them? You know, like, just finding them other places? I'd be curious to know how you're doing that. It's something I want to do at some point. We talked about this yesterday on stream, like getting all my sheet music digitized and on my iPad. And I wouldn't get rid of my hard copies. I'd keep them as backups for sure. But like that would just make life so much easier to have everything on the iPad. I think about when I did my post-grad overseas in the UK, like packing up all of that sheet music to take with me and then bring back was a pain. It was awful. Like I should have just left it all in storage with my parents here in the States and gotten the things I needed from the library, you know, or borrowed from people, but that would have been way too easy and have made way too much sense. Let's see, I haven't taken Ashley in a bit. No, I took her last time. I haven't taken Liara yet since we picked her up, so I definitely want to add her to this party. Let's take Garrus, of course. I try to mix it up a little bit and take different party members, but I almost always take Garrus. Let's see. Wait a second. I think this is okay to go ahead and do. We haven't talked to Helena Blake yet. I did something a little bit different, and I hacked a computer console in CSEC at the Citadel to find out about Helena Blake and her cohorts. Every other time I've played it, I've talked to her directly. I didn't do that this time. So I kind of like don't want to screw up like the flow of the story. But I also kind of want to see what happens doing it a little bit differently. Oh, I got a dog back. Must have started thundering again. I can't lift her up to show you all because she's too big. She's like 25 pounds. But she's going to come hide in here with me while it's storming outside. So if this is part of that quest, I always forget which planets are involved. We're just going to do it anyway. Oh, I got to give Liara her points. Give her some throw and some lift. Definitely want some first aid. Electronics are always good. Especially since I don't have any tech attacks this time. You own copies and you're using your teacher's PDFs and the ones you're using. Okay, awesome. I was just curious. Everybody does it differently. I've known some people who are like straight up, like unashamedly, like, no, I just like pirate it. You know, like I just download it, like, PDFs because I can't be bothered to like scan and make my own. I'm like, I guess that's fair. Like most often the sheet music, like the copywriting will say something like you can make photocopies just for personal use. Some of them say like don't photocopy like at all. And it's funny, the number of like orchestra parts I've played off of for like gigs and things where I have been sent a photocopy that very clearly in the bottom says do not photocopy on the original. It's like, it's just normal, you know? It's just things I guess we do. I guess things orchestras have to do when they're on a budget, right? But I also totally understand them not wanting to send the originals, especially if it's a score rental through the mail, because it could get lost. Do some more first aid. Do some more warp. I'll put the last 2 in throw. There we go. Hey Heidi. Yeah, I've got a doggo. Hi Andrew. She's gonna be sitting here by my feet for today's stream. She's too little for you all to see her when she walks by. I mean, you might have like gotten a glimpse of her when she walked into the desk. Camera box is rather small, but she's too little for you to really see her from where my camera is positioned, but too big for me to pick her up and show her to you. Plus, I wouldn't do that to her today anyway, because she's already upset about the weather. She does not like thunderstorms at all. I also have a cat. For those of you who haven't seen my other streams, every now and then he makes an appearance. Not typically when I'm doing a practice stream, playing clarinet, playing music, because he doesn't like the sound of my clarinet at all. Occasionally he'll wander in if I'm doing flute. I don't think he is bothered by that as much. But he doesn't usually come in when I'm practicing clarinet on stream, but every now and then he'll slip in here, but never like in frame. He doesn't want to get in my lap. He kind of just wants to take advantage. Oh, did I just miss it completely? I did. He wants to take advantage of the fact that like I'm busy and not paying attention to him to like explore, try to steal things. It's really not fair, is it? The Mako against all these guys. Oh, I didn't mean to zoom out. I wanted to watch that guy sail away. Is that everybody? I think so. I think I got everybody. He moved over here. Well, that's not good. Just put him back.
gel deployed.
Jammers online.
Garrus, you're not doing your job. You're supposed to sabotage her. Okay, or just hide. That's fine.
Fire in the hole!
We're all just hiding now? Okay, cool. I'm gonna get this thing over here. I can't do it with my gun out, I forgot. Everybody? Cool. I think so. I think everybody's dead. Now stuff. That's what the side quest slash planet exploration is all about. You're killing the people for experience and getting the stuff. I'm delaying going back to the Citadel because there's a persuasion check, I guess is the way to say that, that I always forget about. This time I'm not going to forget about it, but I always forget about, and I go before I have enough points to like finish out the entire exchange with the outcome I want. I think I might do okay this time, but I might need like another level or so to be able to pass all the checks. Lots of stuff. There we go. So I'm getting better at this minigame. This is my first time playing it on PC, but I'm used to the minigames, like the hacking minigames on the Xbox version, and they're much easier because it's just like click the right button at the right time. I don't hate the little Frogger style minigame in the PC version. I'm just not used to it yet. Let's do some equipment. Ooh, that's even better. I really want good armor. Oh, I forgot I can wear the medium now. Forgot to give myself those points before. Let's do that. We've given her first aid. Let's go to the first aid interface. And she just needs a pistol. That'll work. I think this is the best armor I can give him right now. Yes. Alright, I think we're good. Get the rest of the stuff. Since I've played this game so many times, do I still find it difficult? Yeah, depending on which class I play as. This time I'm playing as a Vanguard, which I enjoy, but certain fights, especially if you don't have the right party, or certain fights in the later games when there's some times that like you're by yourself, like they get really hard if you're a biotic, one of the biotic classes. Like there are certain, like there's one fight in particular in the second game that I'm thinking of where like if you have tech attacks, because you're by yourself for that one, tech attacks is so much easier. The first time I played that fight, it's in one of the DLC, so I'd never played it before the Legendary Edition came out. And my first playthrough on the Legendary Edition, I was an Adept, which is just all biotic, and I struggled a little bit with that fight. So that there are lots of ways, because I forget the number, but there's so many different play classes. I can count them, I guess. There's Soldier, Adept, and Engineer. So Soldier's like all combat, Adept is all biotic, and Engineer's all tech, basically. And then there's Infiltrator, which is like a mixture of combat and tech. And then Vanguard, which is what I'm playing now, which is a mix of combat and biotics. And then Sentinel, which is a mix of tech and biotics. My current playthrough that I'm almost finished with downstairs on the Xbox, I'm playing as a Sentinel for the first time, and I've liked it sometimes, but I feel like sometimes the attacks hit really hard, but I'm also really squishy other times. And then this one I'm playing as an Adept. I've done that before, but it's been a while, but I remember enjoying it, which is why I chose it for this playthrough. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Nope, not gonna be able to do it. Sad. I'm gonna try one more time. The problem is sometimes it misreads me trying to swivel it around as like trying to move forward. There we go. And I haven't quite gotten the hang of it, like what the best way to do it is. Okay, good, this isn't the Helena Blake class, it's the other one. So I haven't like stepped on the toes of anything else. Also, they're like, they cut out one of the difficulty settings for the third game. The first two have like casual, normal, hard. There's also a Vanguard difficulty in the first and second one. I can't remember if that's between hard and insanity or between normal and hard. And then insanity, which is what I'm playing it on now. Because I played it so many times, I pretty much always put it on insanity because like gives me like hope, because it makes it a little bit more interesting by making it more difficult. It gives me another challenge. But like I haven't done this yet, but I could totally see myself like opting for like a casual playthrough. Like if I just wanted to comfort play this game for the story, then I might like put it on casual and just like do a super fast like playthrough where I don't get hung up on anything, don't have to like problem solve. Yeah, so like, there are different ways to play this game. Kind of like Dragon Age, if you've played, that's another BioWare game. Like I've played it on all the different difficulties as well. And that one I have like changed it up. Like I've beat it on Nightmare difficulty just to do it. But I also like, it's my favorite game. I love playing Dragon Age Origins like when I've been stuck like homesick for some reason. I don't know why that is, but like if I've got like a bad cold or something and I have to take the week off teaching, so I'm like well enough to sit on the couch and play a game, but not well enough to like live my life. I'll put it on like just normal difficulty and just kind of enjoy like the narrative side of playing that game. But I like playing it on the higher difficulty too. For this one, I've not done that though. I don't have. Oh, I was misreading my little marker. I haven't. For this one, I haven't had the desire to just put it on the easiest difficulty and just kind of like speed run it for the story, you know. I'm also not a fan of like looking for paths through the mountains and all when I'm driving the Mako. I kind of just like take it over the mountains, like Skyrim when you jump your way up the side of the mountain just because you can. I'll try not to run over all this stuff, whatever it is. I will say though, if you've never played before, do be diligent about, if you're one of those people who wants to unlock like every interaction and every experience, do be diligent about completing these little quests in this first game about like collecting the matriarch's writings and all that, because and getting all like purchasing all the licenses for the shops. In this game, it's put in there like you're meant to do it for your requisition officer on the ship so that you have access to more supplies. But do make sure you do that. It's kind of tied into something else that can come back in the third game. It's a tiny tidbit, but it's so fun. It's a fun little moment in the third one that you'll miss out on if you didn't it's a little character interaction that doing this stuff in this first game kind of comes back a bit. That's the best way I can think to explain it without giving it away. But if you've played before and you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look it up. Again, don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't played. It's like I had my moment and I missed it. Keep going too far too soon. There it is. It's a good thing you don't get locked out by the number of times you try to do the little Frogger action. Because I've definitely a couple times now just like thrown the little arrow towards the center and hoped it makes its way through. Let's see, where am I at? Not very far. I'm gonna clear those so that it stops blinking at me. Next system. Missing my straw for a second. It was angled the wrong way. I try to keep track of what I've done in the game, like in terms of like exploring by going in like a circle. Sometimes works. Doesn't all the time. No, probably not. I often have to kind of double back and go through and make sure I scanned everything or searched everything. In terms of like the planet scans. There's not anything in that asteroid belt or ring or whatever.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Let's take head towards the distress signal last. For reasons. Oh, wrong side. There it is. There it is. Sort of getting better at that. A little bit at a time. I got stuff. Did I get good stuff? With extra shields. I tend to charge into combat when I get frustrated or impatient, so having the extra shields is always helpful. Plus, my character's a Vanguard. She's supposed to be the first to kind of charge into battle, so extra shields are certainly helpful. We're good then. Let's go up towards this anomaly. Again, saving the distress signal for last. Because spoiler reasons. Go around. Let's go around. Try and be good this time and not like scale the steepest part of the mountain and to be confused as to why I can't go over it. I didn't have to go over it all. It was just in like a little crevice. not what I was trying to do. I was trying to go to the right, and it interpreted it as left. Interpreted it as left. There we go. Stumbling over my words again today. And I don't know if I'm not being clear with my movement on the joystick, or if I'm just misunderstanding the controls for those mini games. So now we can go deal with this distress signal situation. Nope, that's not gonna work. Let's go this way. Let's do a save. First time I played this game, I was very unpleasantly surprised by this thresher maw. It was my first thresher maw of the game. I don't know if shooting its little tentacles actually does anything, but it makes me feel better. This wasn't a thing in the original release of the game, shooting little sensory tentacles. They made an appearance in the second game in that one thresher maw fight, but they weren't in the original release of this game. I'm not 100% sure what purpose they serve. They can grab you if you drive too close to them. Whoops, I'm gonna get dead. Nope. I survived. Oh, that was bad direction change. I'm on fire a little bit. It'll be okay. I can't remember if I like drive out of range. If oh, I'm already out of range. I can't remember if the thresher maw regenerates any health or not. We'll find out. You don't want to explode. Well, you don't really explode. You kind of just like anticlimatically die if the Mako takes too much damage, so let's find out. Does the thresher maw heal or no? No, it does not. Good to know. I mean, I feel like I knew this before and just forgot. Very determined. It's dead. Yay. Sad for these guys though.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Looks like these men were under Admiral Kahoku's command. He'd want to know what happened here.
Can I disable this, or can I? Can't remember if this is the one that's supposed to disable. Guess not. I think that's everything for this one. And I think that means we're done in that system. Let's see. I think we already did that one. Let's do Gemini. Nothing in that asteroid belt. Let's take Ashley and Caden.
Guess nobody's home.
Someone must have shut down all systems, except basic life support.
Oh, they probably need new stuff and have points. Kind of dumping points into his tech attack since our biotics overlap. I'll let a couple more in throw. I want to unlock her sniper rifles. That was the wrong one to do. Let's try that again. Nope, I'm still wrong. There we go. Let's do stuff. I think I'm good. I don't think I picked up anything else that'll work for me. Oh, new amp. I might want that. I do want that. He can have this other one. Well, that's a, yeah, that was a biotic amp, not an omni tool. Sometimes I confuse the two, the biotic amps and the omni tools. I forget which one I'm looking at. that's good. Let's also save, so I don't lose all that work I just did. Which way? Going this way. This way? Forgot which way I was facing for a second. Nope, wrong way still. See, I have no sense of direction. I tend to forget which way I was facing and where I was supposed to go, like while I'm managing inventory and stuff. I actually redo that so I can do it right here so that I don't get lost. If I have to respawn.
Hear that?
Why does she keep drawing her sniper rifle? She's not trained on it.
Somebody set that trap. This whole place could be wired.
Why are they carrying so many tires? What are they doing with all these tires? That was a weird sound she just made. I'm not actually trying to trigger all of those. I'm just trying to make sure I haven't missed any containers of stuff. Oops, I got stuck. There we go.
They say Jacob's gone. They say his brain isn't functioning.
Forgot for a second I had a dog
They
in my
want to
feet.
shut off his machines. But Jacob's the only thing in the world that matters to me. I don't know how to help him, but it's tearing me up inside. I just feel so helpless, so damn angry. Dr. Smith gave me some meds to calm down, but I didn't take them. I can't. Not until I figure out a way to help Jacob. I won't give up on him. I won't.
Jacob is showing no signs of brain activity. There's nothing more we can do for him. He wouldn't want to be kept alive by machines, so we're going to disconnect the life support. Dr. Smith is worried about Julia's reaction, though. She can't seem to let Jacob go. The stress is making her implants flare up, causing intense migraines. It'll probably be easier for everyone if we don't tell her until after we shut the life support down. Give her a chance to... Julia, what are you doing here? Why are you...
That's not ominous at all.
Jacob's not going to make it. His brain was deprived of oxygen for too long. There's nothing any of us can do for him now except let him die with dignity. Is what he would want. I'm more worried about Julia now. She's showing signs of severe depression. I gave her some meds that should help, but I better warn the captain.
Oh. I thought she wouldn't attack until after we interacted with his body. But
Looks like that machine is keeping him alive.
No brain activity. He's dead. This body is nothing but an empty shell.
I don't know what you all would do, but I typically turn off the machine because this poor guy is like alone on this ship. He's a vegetable being kept alive by the machines, by the life support. And like, even if you call, I mean, I assume she calls somebody in the Alliance fleet to come pick up the ship, pick up this guy. But like, if he doesn't have any brain activity, there's probably nothing they can do. However, if you think about what happens in the second game, if you've played before, clearly technology is much more advanced than it is now in terms of like life-saving abilities. But I feel like at this point they wouldn't consider that an option, because this is just like a normal guy in a super unfortunate situation, and the chances of being able to help him are not very good. So I feel like the kind thing to do is to turn off the machine and not leave him as a vegetable on life support, just floating around out in space.
No point in leaving him there like a vegetable.
Oh, you
Your
didn't
call, Commander.
quite have
But
to
maybe
be
we should
that
wait till we
rude,
know
Shepard.
more about what's going on before we do anything.
I think we know everything there is to know.
You did the right thing, Commander.
I guess I make that decision because I would not want to be left as a vegetable floating around in space. If I was like, for all intents and purposes, dead and no brain activity and was just being kept alive physically by a machine, I think I would want whoever was there to just disconnect it if there was nothing that could be done. One more system, unless we haven't unlocked it yet. We have not unlocked it yet, so we will have to come back here later. Let's do Argos Row. I think we only have Hydra unlocked. Nope, there's one up here. Phoenix.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Are you telling me this computer is thinking on its own?
We're not stupid, Shepard. This is a virtual intelligence, not a true AI. It's not self-aware,
He's
and
awfully
it can't
defensive.
access any external systems. We didn't do anything illegal here. Virtual intelligence support is critical to our military success. VIs process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core and manually disable it.
Can't you disable it remotely?
Our fail-safes aren't responding. The VI operates on a closed network. It can affect any external systems, but we don't have any direct access to its processes. We could bomb it from orbit, but the damage to the facility would be catastrophic. We'd prefer to have someone shut down the core. Someone like you. I know Spectres answer the Council, but you're still human. You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The VI controls all the facility's weapons, drones, and automated defenses. You're the only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
I like how her response is, can't you just turn it off? Just unplug it? We got a lot of stuff happening that only she can take care of.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
General distress call from the Sacred Angel Medical Transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. Emergency landing. Argos. Communications failing. Life support and emergency transponder. It won't last. Please hurry.
We'll land there in just a second. We'll scan the other planets first. How about Garrison Rex? Haven't taken the two of them together. Oh, I haven't. I did in the beginning. It's been a minute though. In case you haven't noticed, I sometimes change my mind a lot when I'm leveling them up and distributing their points. Nope, map. Let's go and like counterclockwise, going up here first. Didn't even get close to the somersault that time. Oh, maybe? No, not quite. Ah, no. No somersault. Almost. Oop. Kind of. Kind of banked off the ground first, but closer. I don't know if you all are listening through like your computer speakers or if you have headphones on. I feel like you can hear the music through like these planet exploration sequences pretty well, even if you don't have headphones on. But one of the things I noticed on one of my more recent playthroughs is that like this bit of music here comes back for sure in the third game. I believe it's back in the second game too, but there's like an amped up version in the third game, and it's really cool that they use kind of the same little theme and just like expand upon it. And like for the longest time I was just a big fan of the soundtrack to the third one, and then when I started listening to the soundtracks more for the first two games, found that like it all just builds on itself. Like they never like fully deviate from like the soundtrack in the first game. It just more budget, I guess. So expand on it a bit, and it just develops some of those themes a bit more. But I like how there's a consistency there across the 3 games. Oh, that's not gonna work. Go back the way we came. Or, that's not the way we came. That's just a dead end. How did I get down here? I think this is where I'm supposed to go? There are a couple places where I feel like you almost have to send yourself back to the Normandy and then, like, come back down again because you get stuck. Well, let me say that differently. I have definitely gotten the Mako stuck a few times and had to return to the Normandy and then come back down to the planet to continue exploring. I think almost always there's a way to drive yourself out of wherever you are, but like I've found a couple spots where I felt like the only solution was to return to the Normandy and then come back. There we go. That's a nice somersault.
There's the wreckage. The signal must be coming from there.
I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get this mineral first.
Yeah, there's a trap!
Wait, there's one behind me. Did you not? That's rude. Another drone behind me? No. Just shooting me over here. I think that's it. Don't think there's any stuff either. Nope. And I think that's it for that system. Now we go over here. That's so sad. This poor planet, Salto, is that how you say it? Has no remarkable features. That's all they write about it. Poor sad little gas planet. Poor sad little unremarkable gas planet. I take Lyra and I'll take Garrus too. Surprise, surprise. I will go the hidden structure first. Why not? Oh, not quite.
I'm blocked.
No, just go over there. Just walk. There you go. How did that not hit? Or not. Oh, man, he moved. Nobody's being helpful. They just brought the wrong group with me again. Shepard, you are the medic. I hate to break it to you, but you're the only one who can heal yourself. Oh, we are here way early. This is part of Rex's, like, friendship / loyalty mission, and we're already here. This is gonna be the playthrough where I just play everything completely out of order. Just cause. It's fine. He'll tell me about it and I'll be like, oh, I have your family armor right here. And he'll be a little mad that I didn't take him with me to get it, but it'll be okay. I can always kill these guys, go up to the ship, get Rex, and come back. But then I still haven't talked to him about it yet, so I didn't think that came up until like much later. Whoa, I shouldn't be alive. Almost got them all.
Shepard's hurt.
Good to go. Not in the wall. For a second, like I used throw and then I immediately regretted it. So I'm like, I'm gonna toss him into the wall and I'm not gonna be able to kill him. He didn't go into the wall.
It's over now.
Yeah, I did not intend for this playthrough to be like me playing everything out of order, which has not been everything, but I've done a few things out of order I've never done before. And I didn't think I could do this out of order because my impression was always that you couldn't like have this encounter until you'd already spoken to Rex about his missing family armor. So, oh well. We'll get to see what that interaction looks like anyway in these different circumstances. Or it might be that the armor doesn't spawn here because, whoops, because I haven't talked to Rex about it. But we haven't, that conversation hasn't even been available to me yet because it's still so early in the game. I didn't think that was an option. Oh well. It's like Skyrim too. Like, I don't know why I keep bringing up Skyrim. Maybe because I've been thinking about getting back to this playthrough I have that I haven't finished yet. But like there are so many quests that you can just do totally out of order, but it's not like a big deal, you know? You can just kind of like shorten things by skipping a few steps. But this game sometimes gets like really messed up / confused if you do things out of order. bioexplosives for now. That's definitely better. That's better. Oh, it's going well, Corsetti. Good to see you today. Sorry, I was staring intensely at the inventory. I don't know if how long you've been in here, but like it just, I've not been doing the best job of like, I don't want to say planning because I just play the game. I never planned my way through the game when I played on my own, but I've never done things so like out of order as I'm doing this time. Whatever. I guess it'll make for an interesting playthrough. If you're someone who's played before, but not this way, not this order. Okay, so I'll just take it with me. What happens in the journal? Unless I do something like super catastrophically wrong, I'm not gonna go back and replay it. Or I guess a better way to say that is I'm not going to go back and replay anything unless I make a mistake that creates circumstances that I don't want to live with in the rest of the game or in future games in Mass Effect 2 and 3. I'm not going to replay it. I'll just see what happens. But I feel like the important bit is getting Rex's armor, not like how. Oh, did I go to the wrong? I missed the door. No, it's over here. I'm almost there. Not necessarily how it happens. I'm sure he'll have something grumbly to say about not taking him with me to get it back. Wrong door. But it should be okay. He should still be happy about it. Still the wrong door. Still have no sense of direction whatsoever. Well, I don't know that it's possible to do it to anything truly important. I think I can still, without spoiling anything, I think I can still make this interaction with Rex a net positive, even though, oh, I didn't do the other stuff. We'll go back to the planet. Even though I didn't do this whole quest the right way. You're supposed to talk to Rex, he tells you about his family and his missing armor, and then you tell him you'll help him get it back. But that conversation tree hasn't been available to me yet. I didn't think that it was even possible until later in the game. So I'm trying to remember. I feel like maybe I did this in the wrong order like the very first time I played this game. Like the very first time. But that was so long ago, I don't remember what happened.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
Who is Rex kidding? Space Grandpa loves to tell us all his stories.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him.
I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
So long, Rex.
I was hoping it would
Shepard.
pop up that time. I know when I first spoke to him, I could tell him I found something, so I guess we'll just do that. Yeah.
I found this armor. Does it belong to you?
Let me see. Damn. This is it. Hard to believe my ancestors wore this piece of crap. But at least it's back where it belongs. Thanks, Shepard. I might be starting to like you after all.
Okay, good. So still a positive interaction. But I like how we find a piece of Krogan armor, and we're like, must be Rex's. Like, in this entire galaxy, this one piece of antique Krogan armor must belong to Rex. I mean, it's his, like, family armor, I guess, but it's not like it says property of Rex inside it. Like, how do we just see this as a Krogan armor? It must belong, not like, hey, would you like this? But this must be yours. Because you're clearly the only Krogan in the galaxy who's prone to losing things. Yeah, you seem pretty neutral. You know how, like, in Dragon Age Inquisition, like, I always forget to take Blackwall when I find, like, the Warden stuff. And then when you, like, return it to him later, he's like, would have liked to have been there. And it's, like, super, like, passive aggressive. And I'm always like, sorry, I didn't know I was going to find it this time. I kind of thought it would be something like that, but no.
You getting soft on me, Rex?
Just because I like you doesn't mean I wouldn't kill you.
Fair. I'm pretty sure Krogan killing you is like the highest form of praise, actually.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
You know what? I did mess it up because I did Therum and picked up Liara at the end of last stream. And I said I was going to talk to all the crew before we started stuff this stream, and I totally forgot. And I think that's what the issue is. Like, when I play by myself, I wouldn't say I over talk to everybody, but like I like talking to the other characters, so I'll like double back multiple times to make sure I didn't miss any dialogue. I didn't want to get too repetitive on stream, so I was planning to only do it at certain points, especially because in this game there aren't as many, like, for lack of a better word, like landmark conversations as there are in some of the other games. I I plan to do it like in between like the big missions, and I just forgot. So I did. It is my fault. I kind of messed it up.
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was hoping to get a minute of your time off the record.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
She's so space racist in the beginning. I mean, she does have an arc, you know, but like it's why does she just call out Garrus and Rex? Because Liara looks more humanoid and Tali wears a helmet, so I guess Ashley can pretend that she looks more like a human underneath that. Like, is it all like visual based? Like, it's just super weird and unfair. And I know that like in this story, the humans are super new to like the Citadel and like dealing with the other species, but I don't know, it just seems like you'd think that, I mean, that's not going to go away, right? People are going to be bigoted and prejudiced in all situations. I've had this conversation with people before. I don't know if I'm sure I've said this, but I'm sure I didn't say it or come up with it first, but it's like, I sometimes think that like humans will kind of only stop, well, not entirely stop, you know, but like stop fighting amongst themselves and being prejudiced amongst themselves when they encounter aliens and they have another like entirely different sentient species to like be prejudiced against, you know, because then it'll like those people, those narrow-minded, bigoted people will be like, well, at least all these other people are human, like these people are not human, you know, and it's not cool. Like one of the things you learn as you go in this game is that all these different sentient races these different species in the galaxy that you interact with, they're all like, they're different, right? But they're all still, for lack of a better word, human, you know, like they kind of all want the same things. All the races are pretty human looking, yeah, except the Hanar. Yeah, they are. Yeah, the Hanar don't look humanoid at all. Like the Volus look different, but again, like who knows what's going on underneath their suits. Who am I forgetting? The Vorcha, who we haven't met yet, they look quite different. It's like she's, I don't know, I always find it kind of strange. I mean, it's a well-established part of like the game. Everybody knows that she's kind of space racist in the beginning. But like, why does she single out Garrus and Rex when you have Liara and Tali on the ship as well?
You don't trust their motives because they're not human.
I'm gonna call her out on it.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
Do I want to have like a conversation about it, or do I want to just like cut this line of thinking off? I've done this before, and I feel like if you go like the Paragon route and kind of have a conversation about it, like you hear her out, but you don't really tell her she's wrong. And even though I'm doing more of a Paragon playthrough, I kind of just like want to handle this the way I feel like you have to handle like family gatherings and meals where someone starts going off. You know, we have to say, no, sorry, I'm not going to listen to this. I'm not going to listen to this kind of talk. I'm not going to listen to these kind of assertions. We're not going to have this conversation. You know, you just have to like enforce that boundary and say this is not acceptable, you know? So that's what we're going to do.
That's enough, Chief. You always second guess your superiors.
But no, that's not what I meant.
Ma'am, no ma'am. I'm sorry, I was out of line. I'll get back to my duties, Commander.
It's not about, I haven't done this option in a while, but most recently I actually had the conversation, but it's not about her second guessing Shepard, it's about her being space racist. We don't want her to just do everything Shepard says without question. It's like being a good person and not being suspicious of these other individuals just because they're a different species.
Commander?
I think we're done talking to her though.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
At least she takes it in stride.
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was C-Sec, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
He's not impressed that you're going after Saren?
My father's a C-Sec man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, C-Sec's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
I'm guessing Shepard won't be invited to any Vakarian family dinners. Oh, let me check everybody's stuff so I can sell off the extra. Eventually I'm going to end up with more than my inventory can handle. I think most everybody's covered so far. Oh no, I want that for myself. I'll do cryo rounds, why not? I do not like the inventory management, like the equipment menu in the PC version as much as the Xbox version. It might just be like a familiarity thing, but I don't like it as much. Actually, no, we'll do that. Just did Garrus's, so I think his is fine. Oh, we got a better sniper rifle. What about upgrades on the weapons? Okay, now we're good. Now I can sell off the stuff. Doing my best not to wait until inventory is totally full to deal with this.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Except I'm gonna make sure I don't sell that one upgrade I want for myself, the combat scanner. But where is it? I think I accidentally put it back on someone's weapon. I don't like this equipment management menu. I keep messing it up. It's fine, I'll find another one. It's still early in the game, and I need the monies. Same, but slightly, no, mine's better. I was reading it backwards. Nothing in there I want right now. Or, well, I want the good weapons, but I can't afford them yet.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
Why would you be rude to Tali? Who is rude to Tali?
Your ship is amazing.
Nobody I want to be friends
and
with.
Your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Oh, Barry, I'm glad you finished. So that's a big project to start and finish in a couple days. I'm sure you're really going to enjoy having your tablet instead of just having to carry a whole bunch of sheet music around. I wish I'd had the money for a tablet when I was in undergrad and had so much sheet music. I think the first iPad came out when I was a junior in undergrad. And it was like that thing everybody was talking about, like, oh, I want one of those so bad. Like a couple people I think had the money and bought them, but most of us are like, that would be so cool and so helpful, but like don't have the money to buy it, you know? I think at the time I said I would never go all digital just because I like actual physical sheet music better. But like now, like I still prefer reading, like in terms of it being easy on my eyes, I still prefer reading like the physical sheet music, but like one tablet instead of stacks and stacks and stacks of sheet music is just so much easier.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So
We may have done this conversation tree already, in which case I apologize for the repeat.
The
Just want to make sure I don't miss anything.
respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I think we've done all this already.
I should go.
See you later.
I've had Dog down by my feet this whole stream because she's
Something
just
I can
not
do for you,
feeling
Commander.
the weather today. And now the cat is on the other side of the room in my chair. So I've got both pets supervising me while I stream today. Did all that already?
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Milo, our cat, is on the chair across the room, but he's like rolling around and meowing, and like he's trying to get my attention. I wonder if he wants me to get up and come play with him, but he's gonna have to wait a little bit, or if he's just showing off just cause. Are we getting gray, rainy weather too? Yes, it was very stormy earlier today, and it even hailed a little bit.
You have some time to talk now, Commander.
Let's hear it, Lieutenant. I'm always open to my officers.
We've played it pretty close to the
Yeah,
best
Heidi's
so
not a
far,
fan.
but we're a long way from backup. We've got some tough calls to make. I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander.
This a personal observation, Caden?
Maybe that's not my place. I don't want to send any bad signals, Commander. Just, working on what I've picked up. You tell me if I'm going too far.
I'd love to, but I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about.
It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. You get my meaning?
What did we let slide though?
Alenko, if you have one failure, it's an inability to speak directly.
I don't think I've done that before.
I'm not looking to dump.
No, he cannot speak directly.
You know the records about the biotic training out on Jump Zero? They're all classified because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants.
You hear the cat? Yeah, he's just showing off.
Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
He's just rolling around on my chair over there and he keeps like looking at me periodically. He wants me to like come play with him or go downstairs and sit with him on the couch. He's just trying to get my attention. He's fine though. I made sure he had food and everything before I started streaming. He's just being neat. And now he's knocking my music off the chair.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and EZO. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Canadics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
Get your knuckles rapped a few times, Lieutenant?
Yeah, you could say that. Our instructor was a Turian by the name of Commander Vernus. To introduce himself, he liked to say, "I was at the helm of the dreadnought that killed your father." Well, I told him my dad wasn't in the war. He'd retired to Vancouver. My family had an inland home that matured to new beachfront. Vernus had it in for me after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck. A lot of kids snapped. A few died. The point of all this, I guess, is that when you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
I love animals too, Barry, but my two pets tend to be their most needy when I'm trying to stream or practice or do literally anything that means I won't be able to just pay attention to them. If I could be sitting downstairs, like on my laptop working on something, and they could both come sit, come get scratches, come see me, come sit with me, whatever. And they will be on their own, like, respective nap spots, just ignoring me. But as soon as I'm doing something, like, where I need to focus and concentrate, they're like, hey, how about me? And I mean, I love them both very much, but today they're being a little extra needy. Milo's fine. He wasn't thrilled by the hail, but, like, thunder doesn't bother him. He doesn't care. Heidi hates it. Heidi was acting shifty all morning before it started, and I didn't know it was going to storm today. I hadn't checked the weather or anything, but like I should have known because of the way she was pacing around and eyeing me like it was going to be my fault, that it started storming. It's better now. It's quiet outside now, so she's asleep by my feet using my foot as a pillow. So she's calmed down a lot, but Milo's just acting cute, trying to get attention. I wish I could show you. He's on the other side of the room on the chair, like kind of half curled up, but like looking up at me underneath like his paw, kind of like this, and he's just being a ham.
So why are you telling me this? Are you saying I'm cutting corners somewhere?
I'm saying it's probably inevitable that we'll have to, and when that happens, I want to help you. When someone important to you is up on a ledge, you help them, keep them from mistakes better made by a kid.
Sir, we barely know each other. We've been on this ship for like a week.
So you think you have leave to talk like we're more than officers?
I got some signals. Maybe some
No, you
static
didn't.
too, I guess. If I'm out of line, just say the word.
Sorry, Caden. This was just a battlefield thing.
There's my answer then. I'm sorry to have bothered you, Commander.
What
I
does that
got
even
some
mean?
mixed signals. With your permission, I should return to my duties.
All I was trying to do is be like, hey, dude, let's be friends. That's it. Why is it like flirt or jerk? Why can't I just politely say I'm not interested? It's flirt or jerk. Oh, let me refill Metagel while I'm here. Nope, we don't want to go down again. Oh, your cat was getting in the way of your music project. Yeah. It's like they know. They know when you need your concentration or your intention for like one thing. And they're going to get in the way of that one thing. There are more things to like click on. So let's do that while we're here. Little bits of XP and codices that we'll never read. Still kind of far away from leveling up again. I want to do some more stuff before we go back to the Citadel. I'll let you go back to the Citadel at least once between each major mission.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Why the space racism?
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, ma'am, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Why does he have beef with Nihilus? Nihilus is dead, first of all, and also he was a good guy.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander, this won't be a problem.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were one of the first reinforcements to arrive at Elysium after the Blitz hit. Those raiders were no match for an Alliance frigate. Of course, the only reason the colony was still standing was because of you, Commander. I can't believe you held out as long as you did.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're done here for now. There might be another one that opens up later. Can't remember. Could go do thing on the moon. Now let's explore some more.
Commander, incoming signal from 5th Fleet HQ on the Citadel.
Commander Shepard, something uncomfortable has just come up. In the First Contact War, we fired a lot of espionage probes into Turian space. We just received a mission-complete burst from one of them.
Where's it been in the meantime?
No idea. Lost in transit. These probes were built in a hurry after First Contact.
What makes this uncomfortable?
When these probes were launched, we didn't have any idea who we were fighting. We didn't want to risk aliens examining our technology. The probe has a demo nuke built in. A 20-kiloton tactical fusion warhead. About equal to the bomb dropped on Hiroshima back in the 20th. If somebody finds that probe, tampers with it, you don't need me to finish, Commander.
I understand this must be handled, but I don't have anyone trained to deal with this sort of thing, sir.
I know. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. These probes have been classified for 26 years. The Council will call fusion bomb booby traps dangerous and irresponsible. The Alliance would face censure if they find this probe. I'm asking you because the Normandy can get on site quickly and quietly. It's in the Voyager cluster.
It's in the Voyager cluster. That's the opposite side of the Alliance from Turian space. How did it get there?
I don't know. It's possible someone recovered it safely and brought it there. It's also possible it got very badly lost. It could have been wandering the relay network since the war.
We'll get on it immediately, Admiral, and we'll be discreet.
I appreciate that, Commander. Good luck. Fifth Fleet out.
Garrus and Caden. Not Garrus, Rex. I I meant to click on Rex. I don't know why I said Garrus. Let's go to the other two things first. Come on, Mako, turn around. There we go. Oh, almost somersault. Almost. It doesn't count unless I can get the back wheels all the way over. There's an extra question mark. It's not, oops, not like other places I meant to go. No. Let's go get the extra question mark first. Oh, there it is. I was like, Mako, where did you go? There we go. I'm slowly figuring out the controls. I feel like it is always more sensitive than I expect it to be. I feel like my pass to fail ratio is still better than it was in the beginning.
on, somersault. Oh, I didn't set it up well. Wait. Oh. No. Don't have enough momentum.
Mine shaft. That's the source of the signal.
This smells.
I agree. This thing didn't crash. Somebody moved it here.
They may not know what they have. Let's find it before they set it off.
Right.
Just looking for stuff, like always. I think the number of times I've played this, I like have almost like a mental map of like where all the little loot crates and things are, and I don't. I mean, I guess I know it well enough to like I know when I should double check, but I never remember like exactly where the stuff is. So eerie and creepy when the music just stops.
That was a detonator. Someone just screwed us.
Shepard, at last.
Have we met?
You don't remember me. No matter. I remember you. I never forget anyone I've fought. My name is Ilanos Halliot. I doubt you know it. Who do you think runs the Terminus clan, Shepard, huh? Thousands of pirates, slavers, criminals of every stripe?
You assume I give a damn. That's cute.
The strongest leads. The one who kills the most men, seizes the most ships, pillages the most colonies. 3 years ago, I was the strongest. I used my influence to assemble a fleet. We would drive your kind out of the Verge.
Sometimes I just love some of her renegade responses and I have to choose them.
You organized the attack on Elysium. You want me to thank you for my Star of Terra?
I was the motivator, the instigator, the one who promised glory and riches for sacking the largest human colony in the cluster. The one blamed when it failed. Failed because of you. Your damnable holding action.
My crew will come for me.
Let them. We'll be ready. An Alliance warship would make a fine prize. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, the ores here are laced with heavy metals. I'm afraid your suit radios aren't powerful enough to transmit out.
You'll see me again, Halliot. Count on it.
I rather doubt that. Goodbye, Shepard.
What do we do now, Commander?
We find a way out. Someone up there needs my boot up his ass. See if there's anything in here we can use.
Uh-oh, I don't want to blow up. Yay! I think the first couple of times I played, I forgot that you had to disable it in like 3 different places. So I did one, and whoops, I need to close the door on myself. I did one and then was like, why is it still going? I think that's a common mistake to make your first playthrough. At least I'm gonna believe that it is, so I don't feel dumb.
so that's not bugging me. This interaction fight is so much easier if you have a sniper rifle, which I don't. I mean, they're pretty, like, strong, these guys, but before I have, like, just made a run for the Mako. So let's try that. Nope, didn't work. I didn't think it would, but I figured why not try it, you know? Also, it's a little unfair. Really? I get sent back this much? All the way to the beginning? I thought it saved when I went into the spot, what's it called? The mine. Whatever, I'll do it again. I've done it before where I've successfully like run down the hill to grab the Mako and then fought them with it. But maybe I kill off a couple of them. I think it's a little unfair that the snipers are that good of a shot in that little area, those enemies that spawn there. But you could be like sprinting and they can just like hit you on the first try. Because those of you who've played like the original release of this first game might remember that like the sniper rifle has really bad sway. Even if you're one of the play classes that like, or character classes, combat classes, whatever you want to call it, that is supposed to use the sniper rifle until you've dumped several points into the sniper rifle skill, it sways really badly. Now you can kind of learn to work with it, but like it's definitely challenging. They took that out for the Legendary Edition. Like your accuracy is diminished if you're not trained on the weapon.
That's the source of the
or
signal.
if you don't have enough points, but like it doesn't swing back and forth.
There's a nuclear weapon down there.
Oops, I had the
We
other one
can't
before,
abandon
didn't
it.
I?
Just stay on guard.
Right.
I guess I could try shooting him with my sniper rifle, even though I'm not a sniper rifle character this time. Or this playthrough, rather. I don't know if I'll actually do enough damage to make a difference, but I might be able to pick one or two of them off before we charge down the hill. Or I can just send Rex and Kaden down the hill, have them draw most of the fire.
That was a desperate.
At last.
Have we met?
You? My name. Who do you think runs the Terminus clan, Shepard, huh?
You assume I give
the
a damn.
strongest. The one who. 3 years ago, I was the strongest.
You organized the attack on me?
The one failed because of you. Your damnable holding action.
My crew will come.
Oh, and if you haven't noticed the oars here.
You'll see me again.
Goodbye, Shepard.
What do we do now, Commander?
We find a way out.
My own fault for not saving after we got out of the mine. I knew I should have, and I just kind of forgot. So let this be a reminder to you all as you're playing this game. Just save a lot. More often than you think you need to. I mean, it didn't send me back like that far, really, but enough for it to be an inconvenience. So let's see if I can use this, even though I'm not trained on it. We'll do a mixture. I don't know if I could sneak down the hill? Maybe. We could try that. But I feel like they'll just see me. We can try. It's just much easier if I have the Mako. If I'm playing with where I'm trained on sniper rifle, I like to just pull it out and just kind of pick them off from the top of the hill. Oh, that worked. Well, so far. They can still see me. I mean, we'll get out of here, but I'm going to need to get the other stuff first that I had before and then lost because I had to reload. Directly behind me there was another question mark. Okay, so that one already. So it was only one of them that was like I didn't, or never mind. Now it's like I got everything. So it must have saved after, either I saved and I forgot about it, or it auto saved after one of these. And wait, what is that? Oh, it did. Yeah, no, I've got everything. So we're good. There may have been an element or something I missed. I don't remember now. Let's see. The Normandy dropped us like here-ish. So we'll just double back that way and make sure I didn't miss one of those elements I needed to recover or scan or sample or whatever it is you do with different elements. I don't think there's anything. I think I got everything.
so we'll just go back. That's the first time this playthrough I've just messed up and not saved when I really should have. But that's okay. If I only do it that one time, then I guess that's acceptable for this playthrough. Okay, I think there are more star systems that are not available to us yet. Don't want to do Armstrong Nebula just yet. So let's go here.
Message coming in.
What's my least favorite part of this game?
I've received some troubling information, Commander. We need your help. Someone is killing former Alliance scientists. There have been 4 deaths in the past month.
I'm happy to look into it, Admiral. What can you tell me?
All 4 scientists worked on a classified project on Akuz. There was a brutal massacre there years ago. An entire unit was killed by Thresher Maws. It was classified as a natural hazard, but the project dates coincide with the attacks.
You think these scientists had something to do with the attack?
I'm not certain what I think, but it's worth investigating. There was one other scientist on the project, Dr. Wayne. I'm transmitting his last known coordinates. Good luck. 5th Fleet out.
I don't know, Barry. I don't know what my least favorite part of these games, or of this game, or the first game. I'm not really sure. But you're right, Corsair is kind of like asking who someone's least favorite child is. This is my favorite game series. So I don't think that they're totally without fault. Like, there are definitely things that I think could have been improved on. My least favorite in this one, the first Mass Effect. I don't know. Like, there are a couple fights that stick out to me as ones that are, like, not my favorites. But there's nothing in particular. I feel like in each game, there's always, like, that one fight or mission that, like, I forget about it until I get to it, and then I'm like, oh, this thing, you know? But it doesn't deter me from wanting to play the game, you know? Okay, this is the planet that I wanted to read the description for you all. And those of you who played the game before, like, don't share any spoilers in the chat, but, like, just file this away for later. And for those of you who haven't played before, just hang on to this to, like, the end. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm gonna skip to the second paragraph. It says, Clinkori, I don't know how you say it. Clinkori is famously claimed by the eccentric Volus billionaire Kuman Shoal. He claims that a vision of a higher being told him to seek on Clinkori the lost crypts of beings of light. These entities were supposedly created at the dawn of time to protect organic life from synthetic machine devils. So the beings of light I find interesting. And that they're supposed to save people from evil machines. So just file that away for later. Let's take Garrus and Liara.
Just noticed that you left your stream description vague today. Well, I did that intentionally because I knew I wanted to do all these like side quests and missions, and I couldn't remember what was available when. So it is what it says on the 10. We're just kind of bebopping around the Milky Way, doing random shit. But it's all productive, right? I kind of want to mix it up. Like instead of spending like whole streams just doing like main story and then like having to catch up on all the side quests and things later, I kind of want to intersperse like a stream where I focus on like a main story beat or a main quest, and then a stream for doing like the other stuff. Because I want to always try and like end each one in like a good spot, like in a for lack of a better term, like a completion point. Like I've done, like I don't want to leave off in the middle of a quest if I can help it. Also, buggies. Look at the cool bugs. That's a big bug, but it's super cool. I like how it just doesn't care that I'm here. The little bug, but the big ones are super cool. Oh no, this was stuck. It's stuck. It's glitching. I can't help you. I think I could shoot them if I wanted to. I don't think I can help the poor bug. You're just gonna have to be. Wait, can I even push it? No, 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 do not fight the bugs. I just have to leave you there, buggy friend. I can't help. Whoops. I think I should have failed that, but it let me win, so I'm happy about it. Come on, Mako. You can do it. Succeed. I didn't even make it to the center. I feel like the game is taking it easy on me on the hacking for some reason. Whatever, I'm not going to argue with it. If it's going to glitch in my favor, then I'll just take it. That's always how it works, right? Like video game glitches give and they take away. If it's going to give, then fine. Guys I blew up before, did they die or just kind of fall into the valley? Yo, they just kind of fell. That's some impressive armor if they can soar like that and still be alive. He is still alive. No, he's not. That's a bit of that box I blew up. Did I get them all? I think so. I think I'm good. Let's check our gear before we enter into a fight. Okay, I think we're good. Let's save. That should have been the lesson I learned today. It'd be really dumb of me to make the exact same mistake twice. So, I've saved. Somebody's gonna go draw him out. Camera, are you okay? Oh, Liara, get away. Uh-oh.
Bring it on. Sure how that happened, but it's fine. I saved, so it's all good. I don't have to do the same thing again or redo everything again. Go get him. Yeah, it did happen very quickly. I think I got sniped, but I didn't think that guy had a sniper rifle. Someone snuck up on me. This guy again. I don't know if it's the same guy, but it feels like it. Oh, adrenaline burst. Do its thing. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Yep. Liara did find her courage. Yeah, I mean, she's in your party. Like, she fights in this game, but, like, her character is just, like... She's a little... I don't want to call her weak, because she's still young and she goes through a lot, but, like, I like her... I like tough Liara in the second and third game much better. Well, in the Shadow Broker DLC in the second game and in the third game. Yeah, I like tough Liara much better than, like, meek Liara. Might have stuck her inside a box, but it'll be okay.
just walk away from the singularity? He's like, no, I'm good. I don't want a singularity today. Oh, this is not going to end well. I was trying to hit him and I missed again. I find it very difficult to time like the melee attacks in this first game. Like sometimes I'll get the hang of it, but you also can't hit very hard if you're not a soldier. At least that's my understanding. Or maybe rather that like being able to hit harder is tied to like the soldier skill on your almost a character sheet. It's not a character sheet on the like the squad page where you distribute your points. Let's try something different. Die. Yep, there it is. Oh. I don't remember having... Well, I mean, I say this over and over. I don't remember having the same difficulty with this mission last time I played it, but last time I played it was a very different... it was a different play class, character class. And I had a different party, probably. Let's go this way this time. Retreat.
We are. That's a wall. Go get him, Garrus. Finally. Okay. Success, finally. There was a box. There it is. Just save just in case. Do equipment later. No, I messed it up so bad. Aw, sad. Will it let me do it again, or will I have to use Omnigel? It'll let me do it again. Nope. How do I back up? Is it B? If I want to, there, yeah, it's B. If I want to redo. Now it's not listening to my. There we go. I'm gonna fail it again. Now I'm determined. I gotta get it.
fact that I'm using a controller confuses it sometimes. It's like, I was just playing around with it that time, and it's like if I switch between using the buttons versus using the stick, the joystick, it's like it gets confused. And it doesn't know what to do with it. Or like it has to, excuse me, can't talk. It takes it like a second to switch back and forth. Or like that time it just wasn't registering what I was doing. Or there's like a lag too. I think that minigame was just designed to be used with the mouse or keyboard. I imagine if you do the combo, it probably also confuses it, but the fact that it's so easy to kind of click or maneuver from the controller, it makes it more difficult.
Stay back! I've got no grief with you. All I want is this bastard.
Please! He's a madman! Mr. Toombs, you're insane! You need help!
It's Corporal! Corporal Toombs! You don't get to lie! Not today! Today it all comes out!
What all comes out? I'm listening, but I need you to put that gun down.
You don't understand! I don't want to kill anyone. I want to go to sleep without screaming in my dreams! I want the people who sent me to Aku's brought to justice.
Can't you see that Toombs is crazy? Shoot him!
But if I can't get that, I'll have to settle for killing the men who took my life away.
What did the doctor do to you, Corporal?
We were on Aku's. When the Thresher Maws hit, my entire unit was wiped out. The Thresher Maws, the scientists were studying them. They let them hit our unit just to watch. I woke up in a holding cell. The scientists were delighted I'd survived. Now they had someone to run tests on.
What kind of tests are we talking about?
You can't believe Toombs. He doesn't have any proof. I demand a fair trial.
Ever had Thresher Maw acid in your veins? I have. They wanted to see what it would do. They're part of some organization, Cerberus, that runs secret tests like this. They treated me like a lab animal. This is justice. This man deserves to die. So, are you going to kill me or not?
Oh, shoot, I don't have enough points to do, like... Oh. I'm not gonna get, like, the extra, like, Paragon or Renegade option, but... no, you're absolutely right. Shepard spends a lot of time sorting out everybody else's stuff, and... But I feel like the way it works in this first game, it lays kind of a good foundation for the third game, where the situation literally becomes, please save the galaxy for us, but like also, could you swing by and pick this thing up for me while you're out? It's definitely kind of the vibe of that game at times. But I kind of like, from a character building perspective, that it puts her in this position where like she's done all these little things along the way to help people, that now she's expected to do these truly massive things to also help people. It's like she kind of put herself in that position without really intending to. She's just trying to be a good person, or not if you go more Renegade, but like she's just trying to like help sort these things out, and then it all kind of layers and she becomes the person everybody has to go to solve their problems.
I can arrest him. He'll answer for his crimes in court.
Weren't you listening? He was part of a secret organization. I don't know what Cerberus is, but they'll never let their operation become public. This is the only way. Are you helping me, or are you killing me?
I hate that I have to shoot him, because I'd rather resolve it peacefully, but clearly I got here too early in terms of like dumping points into like the charm or intimidate for Paragon / renegade responses. But Paragon Shepard would certainly not tell him to go ahead and kill this other man. But I also feel like Paragon Shepard wouldn't be like, okay, like I'll just shoot you. At the very least, I think she would try to like shoot to disable, you know, like so that she can still bring him in. So my headcanon is going to be she tries to shoot him just to disable him. But I don't think that's how it goes. Yes, absolutely. She kind of gets herself labeled as the problem solver by solving problems. That's why I mean, I don't have this experience. Being a freelance musician means I work on my own a lot. But like if you work in an office, like you don't want to make yourself too dependable, because then like if you're suddenly not able to be the dependable one, then like it's your fault, right? So or you want to make yourself the right amount dependable. If you work at a company or an office situation, you want to be like be the one person who can do like this one thing so that you have job security, but you don't want to become the person that like everybody runs to solve their random problems, because then you can't get any work done. Like you don't want to be just the dependable person, you want to be the essential person. I guess Shepard kind of becomes the essential person, but like it's a massive like mental and emotional load. I mean, I don't think anybody wants to be responsible for saving the entire galaxy, but that's what happens.
I can't let you murder him. I'm sorry.
I don't believe she would just like shoot him in the head. That doesn't make sense.
I thought I was dead.
Shoot his gun arm, shoot him in the shoulder, his gun arm to disable him, but not like execution style.
I'll never forget that madman's face.
Save the story for the jury. You're going to jail, Doctor.
But you can't do that!
I do think she would have shot him over the scientist because he was the one with the gun pulled, but still.
It's better than you deserve. Joker, let the 5th Fleet know we need a ship for pickup.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Did I get everything? Yes, I believe so. Oh, nope, there's a mineral over there. Let's go get it. Somersault, somersault, somersault. Almost. Not quite. Very unsatisfying. No. Okay, now we return to the Normandy. Okay, so got lots of side stuff accomplished, and it's time for me to wrap it up. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you sometime soon. Bye.